What's going on, family?
Hi.
Look, family, if you're in a relationship right now, or you have a best friend, but primarily we're talking about a relationship, so whether you're dating, you're courting, you're married, if you want them to change, but they don't want to change, stop. Because you can have them read book after book after book. You can have them watch every single video on our channel. You can have them immersed into every reason in the world why they should change. And it all makes sense logically and emotionally it makes sense. But if that person does not want to change, it does not matter how bad you want them to and how much logic and evidence you provide to them on why it's smart for them to change their habit, their behavior. If they don't want to, they never ever will. You cannot change someone that does not want to be changed. So the first step on changing your spouse, the first step on changing your friend, your relationship, those you care about, is by getting leverage. Because the only way you can actually, and there's so many things that create lasting change. But in today's video, we're just gonna talk about the first thing that you need to do in order to get somebody to change. And that is creating leverage. Do you know what it means to create leverage? Well, if I want my wife to change, I have to have something that creates that leverage on my wife. So she has to have a reason to change. Monica, if you don't change, you will not see our kids grow up. Because if you don't change your eating habits, you're gonna die early. That's leverage. Monica, if you don't change your behavior, you're gonna end up single or divorced because I can't be with somebody like that. That's leverage. So you're providing a reason for somebody to change. And it's the same thing with me, right? If you want me to change, you have to come up with a reason on why I should change. Well, why is it important for somebody to recognize that, hey, if I can't create leverage, then this person's never gonna change? Why is that important? Why is it important for somebody to realize that you can't waste your time all day long trying to get someone to do something that they just don't want to do? How is it a waste of time for somebody to do that? If they're in a relationship, they have a spouse, they have a friend, a family member, and they're trying to get them to change. Why is that a waste of time? Can you imagine spending your whole life, your whole day, your whole week getting
I think
that
it's a waste
person?
of time because you could be working on yourself instead of working on someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, people like to control somebody else or like to change something in someone else because it's easier to focus on someone else than change on yourself or focus on yourself. But I think you should be working on yourself instead of trying to focus on working on someone else. And it hurts sometimes because you must love that person and you want them to change and you want the best for them, like parents with their kids. But you can't control what they do.
Right.
They're the only ones in control of what happens and how they decide to change their life or live their life.
Right, 100%. And even if they don't see the benefits to changing, again, it all comes back to that leverage. They need to have a reason. Hey, if you don't do this, this is the end result. And that's the only way you create long-lasting change is by having enough leverage over that person. You know, what's the end result if they don't?
Well, you don't want to make it seem like a threat either.
Right.
You have to be careful that it doesn't seem like a threat because then it's like...
But it's also you trying to create the feeling of, hey, look, right now, they associate so much pleasure to not changing that they don't want to change, and they associate pain to changing. That's the only reason why somebody does not change, is because they associate so much pain to making a change, whether it's working out, eating better, going to the gym, it's them taking care of their health, trying to have better communication in their marriage, accepting that they have a problem and they need to fix it. They associate so much pain to that and more pleasure to staying the same. That's why somebody does not change. But it's not a threat, but if it needs to get to that point of, hey, I'm not threatening you, but I'm letting you know this will be the end result. Saying you're gonna die of cancer isn't a threat. Saying if you keep smoking, you're gonna die of cancer. I'm not threatening you, I'm just letting you know. Like that's
funny
that's
because
the fact.
some people don't respond well to when people have some leverage on them. they feel like you're threatening them.
Right.
So sometimes some people are like me. You know, I like when people tell me the truth, but I also don't like when people tell me what to do. You know, I want to do it on my own. Like, I want to come to that conclusion on my own. I don't need you to tell me.
Right.
You know, I like to hear it sometimes, but also don't treat me like I'm a child.
Right.
Like, I'll get there on my own. And I understand where you would say that someone will be coming from, you know, because they love them and they want to take care of them and they want them to see them live their best life or whatever it is, you know, see their kids grow up and all these other things.
Right.
But also, some people don't react well to an adult telling them, well, if you don't do this, then you're not gonna see our kids or our relationship's not gonna last. They just don't react that way.
Right.
Some people, yeah, it's okay if you tell them, it's fine, but some people just don't react to you telling them, do this or I'm gonna leave you, or do this or you're not gonna see your kids, you know?
But it is important for you to tell them.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
if
not
you
saying
don't-
just don't tell them.
If you don't create that leverage, if you don't allow them to see the end result, if you don't allow the person to see why they need to clean up their act, and why if you can't divorce them, why you'll leave them, you'll separate from them, why you'll move into another apartment, they can sleep alone every night, why you won't be there to cook, to clean, to do laundry, to pick up the kids, you know, let your spouse know, or let your wife know. You know, hey, look, you gotta change your habits of behavior, otherwise you're losing me altogether. Let them know what you're losing. And this isn't in an argumentative way, like you're gonna lose this, you're gonna lose that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about if you want somebody to change their behavior because you love them, and you're letting them know, hey, look, you know, I care about you, I need you, and you need me too. But I want you to understand, look, if you keep going down this path that you're down, this is where it's gonna lead you. And I'm trying to just sway you off that. Look, I'm here to support you. What do you need? What can I do? What can we implement into our schedule, our life, our routine that can help you change? How can I support you? It's not coming from a sense of, you know, pride or anger or frustration. It's coming from a sense of, hey, I want the best for you, and this is what you need to realize. So
I think it's coming from a place of love, obviously, because you don't want to outgrow that person.
right,
You don't want to be in a different level in your life and they're still stuck in the same place you were a few years ago.
yeah,
You, especially when it's a spouse or, you know, it's like your partner, like you want to grow at the same time with them. You want to experience the same things together.
right,
You want to be on the same page.
right,
And if you're over here doing so many other things with your life and I'm over here just being the same person, it's not. It could be so much more enjoyable if we're doing it together.
You'll have them start feeling super insecure.
So I just think, I understand where you're coming from, but yeah, I just think that that's more of a reason why you say you need to have leverage, just because you don't want to go down that path.
Right.
You just want to be able to enjoy that life or that experience, what you're experiencing with that other person.
100%. So family, if you have somebody in your relationship, in your life that you need them to change, don't give up, don't lose hope. Realize they are 1 ounce of leverage away to making that switch. You just have to get them to create so much pain to staying the same and so much pleasure to changing that they will make that change. So hopefully family, you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Put down in the comments below, are you committed to making a change? Are you committed to helping somebody else make a change? Let us know. Of course, family, if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already done so, share this with somebody. And if you haven't realized, we love you guys.
We love you guys.
And every day is a blessing. All right, family.
Love you guys. Bye.